Hey friends and family, we're out here at the Round Rock Recycle Center, about to get a scoop load of mulch. Gonna load it up here in the pickup truck. We got a couple guys just got theirs loaded up. You can see this huge mountain of mulch. Normally it's free if you decide to load it yourself, but today, for convenience, I paid $10 to have them load it for me. And so here we go. About to get a nice big scoop of mulch for the garden. Look at that thing, it's loaded. And here at the recycle center, we've also got a pile of leaves, as you can see. Residents come here and drop off their leaves for free. And that is the leaves decomposed in a decomposed form. We'll also be taking a scoop of that for the garden to mix with the mulch. And I'll talk a little bit about what that's for. It helps the mulch, the wood chips, break down faster so that we can get a nice uniformed decomposition throughout the garden bed, because we want this stuff to decompose quickly. We don't want it to be there a year and still be in wood chip form. So what helps is the nitrogen in the leaves. It helps to break down the wood chips, the mulch. It breaks it down and turns it into compost, ready for growing next year. So I think we're going to be doing that a couple of times a year, because the leaves are going to speed up the decomposition process. Fungal microbes also help to speed up the process, but since we're starting with a good 4 or 5 inches of compost that we purchased, we can go ahead and wait 6 months for this thing to break down, decompose, and it'll be ready. Good afternoon, friends and family. So what we got going on here today, we unloaded some wood chips, as you see here on the right, and some decomposed leaves over here on the left. Now this is going to go on top of the compost that we purchased from Whittlesey's. Now that compost is very strong. It's got cow manure in it as a fertilizer, an added fertilizer. And if you recall, we went with 10 yards of that, which was a good 4 to 5 inches in half of the garden area. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put this stuff on top of that. Now it's very important to note that we're going to be mixing 2 parts wood chips with 1 part decomposed leaves. What's the purpose for that? Well, the wood chips are just that. And in order for this stuff to decompose in a timely manner, see, it's just mulch. In order for it to decompose in a timely manner, we add 1 part of this decomposed leaves. And so that helps it break down faster over time. Another reason why we do this is the wood chips, they tend to absorb and deplete your grow medium of nitrogen. These wood chips, any wood mulch just absorbs the nitrogen out of your grow medium, be it soil or compost. And the decomposed leaves are pure nitrogen, right? So that helps balance things out in the ecosystem that we're creating underneath the surface of the grow medium. So it allows the wood chips to go ahead and be laid out on top of your grow medium without absorbing too much nitrogen out of it, because we're putting in as a supplement the decomposed leaves. And this is, you could actually grow right out of this. This is ready to grow. The plants are going to love this. But what we're utilizing it for is to supplement the wood chips, the mulch, to help it decompose. Okay. What I wanted to show you here is I laid out just a small area of the wood chips combined with the decomposed leaves. And here you see it's a little darker. This is the compost mixed with cow manure that I picked up at Whittlesee's. And then here you can see the definite color differentiation where I laid out about 2 or 3 inches of the wood chips mixed with the leaves, the decomposed leaves. Now on this side, I'm not sure if you could see it through the camera, but if you were standing here with me, you could definitely see it. This side is a light. This mulch mixed with the decomposed leaves is a lot lighter. Basically, it just looks like mulch. It doesn't look like it's got any decomposed leaves mixed into it. Unlike this one over here that I've been laying out today, it looks darker. It actually almost matches the compost that's here on the ground, because you can really see the decomposed leaves mixed into it. So what happened there, this was laid out a few days ago, and then we had rain. So the rain just basically brought all of the decomposed leaves below the top, below the surface, and you know, it worked its way down to the bottom layer of the wood chips. And that's what we want, because remember, the wood chips are supposed to provide us with cover so that it could retain moisture underneath the surface. And that's going to help us whereby we don't have to be irrigating so much. That's the design of Back to Eden method, is that the wood chips are here for a purpose. They're here to retain the moisture and to provide cover for the garden area. The thicker, I believe the thicker the wood chips are, the harder it is for weeds and grass to reach down to the grow medium and then, you know, root into it. So a good 3-4 inches would suffice for that purpose. But eventually, as I spread this stuff out, we get another bit of rain. It's going to turn to this color because the decomposed leaves are going to deteriorate. They're going to evaporate. They're just going to melt away down to the bottom layers, and that's perfect, because then we'll have top layer wood chips, middle layer of decomposed leaves, and then the bottom layer of this pure compost with cow manure, and that's going to give us excellent growth. Okay, so I just wanted to show you what it will look like, what the bottom looks like, and what the top and middle layer would consist of. So if you have any questions, comment the video, and I'll answer whatever questions you might have.